You're watching Look East from the BBC. Coming up, the weekend weather forecast, plus Saints star Courtney Lawes on tonight's big rugby international. The leader of the Liberal Democrats has told Look East he's been genuinely surprised by the number of people in this region who want to join his party. Tim Farron was speaking on the eve of the Lib Dem conference, which kicks off the party conference season. Andrew Sinclair is here. And for all the parties, there's a lot going on, isn't there?
Yeah, particularly this year, because we've had a general election and a result which not many people were expecting. And that sent shockwaves through all the parties. The Conservatives find themselves back in government, but now they've got to show that they've really got a plan to deliver all the things they promised in the election. Labour have just been through a very divisive and extraordinary leadership contest. Their conference will be fascinating next week. And then we have the Liberal Democrats, who have paid a very heavy price for being in government, reduced to just 8 MPs in Westminster. Let me show you the state of the Lib Dems in our region now, because at one stage they had 4 MPs in our region. Now they're down to just 1, Norman Lamb in North Norfolk. They run just 2 out of the 55 councils in our region, at Bedford, where they also have the directly elected mayor, and Colchester. But those authorities are all in no overall control. And the party which once had more than 500 councillors in the east now has fewer than 300. So the big question for the Lib Dems at their conference is, do they have a future?
We are Britain's oldest recorded city.
Ever wondered what former MPs get up to? Well, Sir Bob Russell now runs heritage tours around his beloved Colchester.
In front of us we have Jumbo Water Tower, no longer use the water tower.
There are many at Westminster who wonder if the Lib Dems are now consigned to history following their drubbing in this year's elections.
Well, obviously we took a kicking, but the foundations of the party are still there, very strong foundations, and we will rebuild on that. And
You're not depressed?
Oh, I've known better days.
I hope to be the first of many events where we can get together and talk.
This is what's giving the party hope. 2,098 new members have joined since the election. Here in Norwich, membership is up by 1/3.
I was so disgusted with the way that the voting population had treated them.
I didn't really want to see Liberal Voice of Britain sort of die away.
I think there's a big future for them.
With extremely good work going on in places like Cambridge, in Norwich, North Norfolk, Colchester. Absolutely wonderful increases in membership right across the region. Maybe completely surprising, but it's been wonderful to see.
So what is success for the Lib Dems in the East?
Well, I've always said that there's nothing inevitable about a speedy recovery, nor anything inevitable about our success at all. We'll have to
graft. Will take time.
It may take time, but you know what? I mean, when I was elected as leader in the middle of July, I thought this could be a very long job. It could still be a very long job, but sometimes the ground shifts.
He's referring to the election of Jeremy Corbyn, which he hopes will drive Labour supporters to the Liberal Democrats. But you could also argue that with Labour now occupying the left, is there a role at all for the Lib Dems? For now, his party faces an uncertain future. Andrew Sinclair, BBC Look East.
And there's more political chat in the Sunday Politics this weekend. My guests this week include the former Home Secretary Charles Clarke and Norman Lamb. That's Sunday Politics at the later time of 1:30 on BBC One. Just over an hour from now, England get the Rugby World Cup underway at Twickenham.